In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the left side upstream O2 sensor, the left also being the front of the engine, so towards the radiator, on this Nissan Pathfinder. Let's get started. This brown connector at the front of the valve cover is the connector for the O2 sensor. Mine's already broken, but it should be attached here with this clip. Press on this tab, separate it from the rest of the harness, tuck this back here, and now you should be ready to remove the O2 sensor, so just follow the wire down and you'll get to it. Now grab your O2 sensor socket, and in this case it's actually best if you use one of the deep sockets, not the shallow crow's foot type, just because this one will get in there a little bit better. Slide it over the sensor, make sure it seats properly. There we go, that's seated. And I'm going to grab a long ratchet and just try to break this free. Okay, that actually took quite a bit of force, so be prepared. Now, because the connector is undone, we can just spin this right out of here. Now, if you don't have one of these deep sockets, the only way to get to it with a wrench or a shallow socket is to take that shield off, but even so, it's actually very difficult to get anything in there. So I have a long extension on my socket, and of course that swivel. I'm going to take this off now so I can actually pull it out by hand. Oh, well, O2 sensor came off with it, so it was unthreaded. There it is. Now grab your new O2 sensor, slide it down here carefully, make sure it slides into the threads, and then just try your best to start it on. It's a bit of an awkward angle, but you want to make sure the threads start properly. There we go. That threads on smoothly. Bottom it out all the way until you cannot anymore by hand. Don't connect the connector in yet, because we do have to spin it still, and of course the wire is going to spin with it. So at this point, the way you want to tighten these is just until the crush washer on the base of that O2 sensor basically crushes down and seals up. So it'll start getting snug, but it'll still spin. I'm going to give it a little bit more, just like that. What this does is, like I said, it crushes down that crush washer, and that's what seals everything up for you. If you do not tighten it enough and that crush washer doesn't seat there and squish, create the seal, you'll actually have an exhaust leak, and not only can that be dangerous, but the O2 sensor will not read properly. Now back up top with the electrical connector, make sure the wire is not hanging into the fans or the exhaust or anything. You don't want it to get caught and damaged. Plug it back in. Make sure that clicks, just like that. And of course, if your retainer wasn't broken, you would clip it in, or if you never unclipped it, well, it would still be there. And there you have it. Now turn on the engine, make sure it runs smoothly.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.